Welcome to the music news for the streets. I'm your anchorman, Something. Hit the keys. And in today's newscast, we have all kinds of exciting stories from SSL and Sonible have combined to make new smart plugins. We've got a new plugin from Excite Audio, something new from Fabfilter. But our top story today comes from Apple, and it looks like there's going to be some new updates for Logic. Let's go ahead and take a look at the story here. So we'll start right here. It looks like Apple is doing something different, and it looks like they are combining all of their apps into one, and they're offering it for $12.99 a month. So that's not a bad deal. It looks like they're trying to go the Adobe route, so on and so forth. But with all the apps you get from Apple, not a bad deal for $12.99. With everything that you're going to get from Final Cut to just all the stuff that you're going to get in here, Logic, it's everything for creators. So as we look here real quick, so here's some of the stuff that they're going to have in Apple Creator Studio. They're going to have Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, Pixelmator Pro, Keynote, Pages, Numbers, Freeform, Motion, Compressor, and Mainstage. So all that's going to come in there. It is $12.99 a month, $129 for a new subscriber. And it is $2.99 per month for students and educators. You can use it for up to 3 devices. So let's go ahead and talk about the Logic, the music perspective of this. So it says right here, Apple expands Logic Pro's AI features with the synth player and personal music theory expert that can generate chord progressions from any audio or MIDI recording that you play in it. So both the Mac and iPad versions will also be available on the subscription as part of the new Creator Studio bundle. So then as we see right here, Apple has announced new versions of Logic Pro for Mac and iPad. Both will expand on the AI features that made their debuts in versions 11 on Mac and iPad respectively, and will be available on subscription as part of the company's new Creator Studio bundle. The new features start with the news that Logic's AI session player lineup is getting a synth player, which is capable of creating both chords and bass parts. This joins the existing drum, bass, and keyboard players. So that's pretty fire. Said to be like having an access to a skilled synthesis that can instantly take a musical idea in new directions when needed. By default, this draws its sound from Logic's library of synths and samplers, but can also be used to control third-party plugins or even hardware synths. As with other players, you do still retain a certain amount of control over your parts, complexity, intensity, along with various performance options. So it's pretty solid. You can hook up your old MIDI cord and you can get the synth player to actually play your synthesizers that you have in your studio. Solid, makes it easier to record, add pieces in. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope to add. The synth player and other members of the family also have access to the new chord ID feature, a promising sounding personal music theory expert that's designed to turn any audio or MIDI recording into a ready-to-use chord progression. Up till now, one of the limitations of session players has been their inability to respond to a keyboard or guitar part that you've already written, but that's about to change. So it's not a real-time thing. By the sounds of it, harmonic content needs to be analyzed, resulting in information used to populate the chord track, but Chord ID promises to make the session player significantly more useful to songwriters. So that's fire right there. Those two updates are both going to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Being able to put a song in, or let's say you make a sample or you chop up a sample and you make your own sample, but you don't have chords to go underneath it. Now you can enter that sample in and get the chords that will probably sound good with that sample that you put together. Pretty fire. There's also an obligatory update to the sound library. The Logic Pro for iPad gets a quick swipe comping feature from the Mac version. There's a further bonus for iPad users in the form of music understanding features, which use AI-based awareness of Logic's sound and loop library to find what you need for your project. So the new versions of Logic will be available both individually and as part of Apple's new creator subscription package. You know what I'm saying? So you can get it individually or for $129. Obviously, it's a free update to those that have it. So keep an eye out for this. I believe it's coming sometime around January 28th. All right, guys, it looks like Fabfilter has just dropped Pro C3, their next compressor. Let's go ahead and take a look here at this story. So as you see here, Fabfilter Pro C3 is now available. A new generation of the popular compressor is out now. So Fabfilter presents its new flagship product in the field of dynamics processing with Pro C3, which builds on the proven precision of its predecessor with numerous modern tools. The plugin is aimed at producers, engineers, and sound designers who are looking for a flexible and musical solution for their everyday mixing and mastering tasks. Fabfilter redesigned the user interface and improved the algorithms while retaining the workflow that the software is known for. Pro C3 is available now and represents a noticeable evolution in both sound and usability. All right, so let's take a look at what they're saying about Fabfilter. Fabfilter has released a revised compressor. At its core are 414 revised compressor algorithms ranging from transparent to characterful. Each variant, whether clean, opto, or very mood, has its own sonic focus and responds individually to different signals. Of the particular note is the newly integrated upward compression, which when combined with classic downward dynamics, opens up new possibilities for sound shaping. Additionally, an intelligent auto gain system automatically balances level ratios, ensuring consistent dynamics throughout the signal flow. The sidechain function has been expanded. Both internal and external sidechains can now be designed with filters from the Pro Q, including all pass and brick wall slopes of up to 98 dB per octave. For complex projects such as surround productions or Dolby Atmos mixes, the Pro C3 supports setups of up to 916 channels. Fabfilter has also integrated host tempo triggering. This feature allows you to design rhythmic compression movements in sync with project tempo. The new auto threshold mode ensures constant compression regardless of the signal level, a useful feature for changing dynamic curves. With look ahead of up to 20 milliseconds, hold parameters, and variable knee, the compressor responds precisely to even the slightest transients. So here is what the Pro C3 is going to look like in all its glory. Maybe I'll try to get my hands on this and do a review on this. Pro C3 is state-of-the-art, offering modern features and more. Visually, it demonstrates the modern design and technical precision can go hand in hand. Its scalable interface, also detailed and reduced layouts, can be customized to suit your workflow. The graphical display provides precise real-time feedback on gain reduction, attack, and release, simplifying sound design. The new character mode offers analog saturation options, including tube, diode, and bright, which adds sonic depth and harmonic nuances to the signal. These features make Pro C3 a versatile tool that strikes the perfect balance between surgical precision and musical expression. So another exciting feature in the Pro C3 is the seamless integration into Fabfilter's modular channel strip concept. The new instance management in Pro Q4 allows you to centrally control all open plugin. So that's pretty cool. Now you can get into the Fabfilter ecosystem and control everything with Pro Q4. Pretty solid. The price on this is $169. So if you're interested in it, I'll leave it linked in the description with everything else. The third story that I have for you guys today, this one comes from Excite Audio. It looks like they just dropped a brand new product called Bloom Palette Modular, or as I like to say, Bloom Palette Modular. Nah, I'm playing. All right, so this thing basically is a sampler or a rompler. It's gonna have a bunch of different samples in there. Some of the samples are gonna sound like. That's me pushing down 2 keys. So with this, of course, you're gonna get underneath the hood. So I'm not gonna go all in depth underneath here because we've gone over a whole bunch of Bloom products, but you see here, you can fix the sample how you want to. So when it's gonna start, when it's going to stop, you can control each sample. So as I switch notes, you'll see the sample will change, so on and so forth. You get control over the sequencer, the modulation, all that of this, control over reverb, delay, noise, global effects. And then with the global effects, you're gonna get surge, orbit, it says space, and corrode. So we'll go ahead and hop back on the front page. Now, when we turn these up, it's gonna change the way the stuff sounds. right, so obviously you have modifiers up here too that can change everything. Let's go ahead and go to another preset. Let's go to another one. All right, so you have different kind of stuff that you can mess with. Obviously, as you guys can tell, each note isn't going to be the same, just a different note. So A is not going to be B next to it. It's going to be like a different rhythm. Right? Unless you come down here to melodic, and then these are all going to be like individual notes. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. I like that. That's kind of nice too. So some cool stuff there, but you have other stuff like, you know, all kinds of different rhythms and grooves. You like how I said we have all kinds of melodies and it went right to experimental and there was no melodies? You got full beat stuff. Hit this high energy real quick. Run and hide. But you guys kind of get the idea. That's kind of what you're going to get from this plugin. You're going to get all kinds of samples from a modular synth. That are going to be some wild out there sounds. And the fourth story that I have for you guys today, this one comes from SSL and Sonible. It looks like they have combined and linked up to make smart plugins. Let's go ahead and check out the story. So as we see here, Solid State Logic releases Auto Series plugins, SSL modeling meets Sonible AI. Solid State Logic has announced the release of Auto Series, a new family of plugins developed in partnership with AI audio processing developer Sonible. The range includes Auto EQ, Auto Dynamics, and Auto Bus. These tools combine SSL's emulation of the 4000 series console architectures with Sonible's machine learning technology for source-based audio analysis. The Auto Series plugins feature native AI-assisted analysis designed to streamline the setup process for equalization and dynamics. Each plugin analyzes the spectral and dynamic characteristics of the source audio, suggests adaptive profiles with style-matched settings, and delivers editable processing parameters. This allows users to establish a starting point based on specific instrument or genre being processed. So we see here what it's going to entail. So we have the EQ applies to the 4000E console. EQ curves to the source material. It utilizes Sonible's analysis to detect source characteristics and recommend specific EQ adjustments. So it says authentic processing, 400E console, accurate EQ curves derived from the SSL 4000E channel strip, AI analysis, and adaptive profiles. They're about the same down here with the auto dynamics. It's going to model the SSL 4KE, console modeling, intelligent recommendations, context sensitivity, integration, and then auto bus. It's going to go on your drum bus or whatever bus it is for bus compression, source analysis, and group processing. So you can get the bundle, it looks like, for $149, or you can get each one individually for $99. The intro price for that will be $49. Oh, and the Auto Series intro price is actually $99. So you can get all three of these plugins right now for $99 if you want. Again, link will be in the description. And the next story I have for you guys today, this one comes from Arturia. It looks like Arturia is offering different color keyboards for the Keylab. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the story. So gear news is kind of funny. Arturia Keylab Essential Mark III Rose Quartz and Aquamarine keyboard controllers for your gender reveal party. Whoever wrote this needs a raise. Lassie, you need a raise. You need a raise. But it looks like, you know what I'm saying, they have some new colors that you can get for the Keylab. So if you're interested in this Rose Quartz, this pink, or this baby blue over here, you know what I'm saying, they are available. We'll take a closer look. Here's kind of what it's going to look like in the pink. Ooh. Ah. And then here's what it's going to look like in the blue. Ooh. Ah. So they have them in 49, 61 keys. The current price for those is $191 for the 49 key, and then it is $234 for the 61 key. So I will leave that link below too as well. But that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully I could help you guys out in today's newscast. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always. Signing off as your Anchorman. Something. Hit the keys. Until next time, peace.
Some, hit the key.